Welcome back. So we have a very interesting question today. Let us suppose that there's a race going on somewhere, and let us for that race we have a table here, which provide us with team racer, team ID, racer ID, and whether the racer is fit, or if his or her bike is fit. So we have all these details in this table. There are three teams in this race: Team 1, Team 2, Team 3. And in Team 1, there are various racer 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Similarly, in Team 2, there are racer 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and likewise for Team 3 as well. And then in third column, we have data whether the racer is fit in yes or no, and similarly if his bike is fit or not. So we have to write a SQL query to find number of eligible racers in a team. In a particular team, how many racers are eligible, and whether a racer is eligible. And for that we have two requirements. Requirement 1 is that both racer and his bike must be fit for race, and requirement 2 is that at least two racer and their bikes must be fit for a team to qualify. For a team to qualify, at least two racer must qualify to participate in the race. What we have essentially is that in this two column, both things should be yes for a racer to participate. So as I can see here that racer 1, 2, 3, 4 qualifies, but racer 5 it says no. Okay, so racer 5 is out. Similarly for team 2, racer 1 says yes and yes, so he must be qualified. And racer 2 says yes and no, so he's not qualified. Racer 3 says no and yes, so he's also not qualified. And racer 4 says no no, and racer 5 also says no and no. So that means only one racer out in team 2 is eligible for race. That means team 2 itself is out. That means team 2 racer 1 he is also not eligible for race. So we have to write a query for this. Let us switch to MySQL workbench and see how we'll approach this problem. Okay, so I'm in my MySQL workbench now, and we have all this data and its table ready. So let me have a quick walk through. By the way, this script will be available to you in the description below, so you can give it a try yourself and come back to see if you got it right. So we have first command is drop table, in which will drop any pre-existing table named as bike race. So then we have create table bike race, in which we have first column is team ID, which is a variable character type of length 5, racer ID variable character of length 10. Then third column is racer ID fit, it is also variable character 3, and is bike fit variable character of length 3. So let us go ahead and run all these commands. So I'll just drop this table, then I'll create table, and then I'll insert all these values, and then I select from everything from bike race. Here we go. So we have this table created for us. Okay, so let us go ahead and approach this problem. So first thing first, let us select team ID, and then we have criteria that both the racer and bike should fit. So I'll just go ahead and write down that criteria itself. So I'll say where is racer fit, this should be equal to yes. And second criteria is bike fit, this is equal to yes. Okay, this should be we'll do it group by, and write this will be group by team ID. And then we have to actually uh, also count what are the number of eligible racers, right? So I'll just count one as has number of eligible racers. Let us go ahead and run this. So we can see that team 1 has number of eligible racers 4, team 2 has 1 and team 3 says 2. But we have criteria here that at least 2 racers must qualify. Okay, so we have to eliminate that. We'll write having count 1 is greater than or equal to 2, or you can write down just greater than 1. Okay, and we'll run this again. Okay, so now we have this table. Now using this table we'll uh, again take the bike race table, and then we'll have to calculate whether a particular racer is eligible or not. So what I'm going to do is I'll just put this in CTE1, give this as okay, then I will say select, this will be from bike race, and where we have to join, rather we'll say left join CTE1 dot team ID equal to bike race. Let us call this as alias. I'll call this as BR. Okay, so I'll say BR dot team ID, and then I'll select everything which is required. So I'll select BR dot star, and then I'll select CTE1 dot star, and then I'll have to calculate whether how many racers are eligible for this. So for that I'll say, let us say case when is racer fit, if it is yes, and then next condition is bike fit, and again, oh sorry, this will not be right, so I'll say this has to be yes as well. Let me just run this once. Okay, so here we have to put CTE1, right? And so if I just run this, so we have to remove the we have to remove all these null portions from team ID. We have to put CTE1 dot team ID, because we have joined this table, right? So we have to put CTE1 dot team ID. This is not null. Okay, if this is the case, then it should be then yes. Okay, that means the racer is eligible. So I'll just put the column as is racer away eligible, rather eligible. Okay, so let me just run this. Here we go. So let me just expand this. Here it is. Okay, so this is the team ID, and we have got team ID here as well. If required, we can just remove all the unnecessary columns in this, and so I'll just go ahead and do that, right? I will just select br dot racer ID. Okay, and I'll just remove everything else. Let me go ahead and run this. Oh sure, there should be a comma here. Here it is. So this is the required table. We know that T1 stands for team 1, and this is racer 1 is eligible, yes. Racer 5 no. Team 2 racer 1 no. Team 2 racer 3 no. Okay, here it is. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please go ahead and press that like button and also subscribe to the channel. See you next time.